Hey guys, Cole here from Car Talks with Cole, and today I have my usual guide with me today, Nick.
Hey guys, how you doing?
And today guys, we have an especially great video for you. We're actually going to talk about the 2017 Nissan GTR
and the 2017 Audi R8 V10 Plus.
So as you know guys, Godzilla, the GTR, has been renowned for its performance since it came to the States in 2009. So we'll see how the R8 V10 Plus takes on the GTR.
Let's do this.
Alright, so we'll start out with the basic performance of everything. So the GTR's engine is a 3.8 liter V6 that's twin turbocharged, producing 565 horsepower and 467 foot-pounds of torque.
Okay. The Audi R8 is a 5.2 liter V10 producing 610 horsepower at 413 pounds of torque.
So the R8 Plus has more power, but it does have a huge amount of torque drop. So realistically, they're pretty much even if you think about it, just because if you balance it out.
Torque drop.
So they're pretty similar in performance, I would say. So the transmission that comes in the GTR standard is a 6-speed dual clutch transmission.
Okay, the Audi R8 has a 7-speed automatic that comes standard in all models.
Yeah, I know that there's no manual option for the GTR. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
So we'll go ahead and talk about the 0 to 60. I know that the 0 to 60 time that I found, it was, I believe, 2.9. Was it 2.9? Maybe I think it was 2.8. I'm sorry.
Okay. The Audi R8 is just behind that with 2.9 seconds.
No, you know what? It was 2.9.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember looking at the specs and everything, and I was like, that's cool, because they're exactly the same with the 0 to 60. So the quarter mile time recorded was, I believe, oh man, 11.6 seconds.
And the Audi R8's quarter mile time is 11.38.
So it is considerably faster in the longer stretch of road.
Yeah, like what, 3 milliseconds or something like that? Or no, 30 milliseconds.
I mean, it is what it is. They're close, definitely. So let's go ahead and talk about curb weight. I feel like this time I'm going to get burned, personally. I look at the R8 and it looks pretty tiny, so the curb weight I found for the GTR is 3,933 pounds.
Bit chunky, if you do say. The Audi R8 is 3,737 pounds.
So it is considerably lighter. I mean, that eventually makes up for itself in the long run when you're tracking and everything. Hold on to your hats. So they, I mean, 200 pounds is quite a bit, but it can be justified.
But that's like having an extra person in your car too.
Oh, no doubt. So we'll go ahead and talk about the wheels. On the GTR, it has 20-inch forged aluminum wheels, which is pretty neat because most cars don't typically have forged wheels stock.
Okay. The Audi R8's wheels, they're 19-inch wheels, and I believe they're aluminum, but I'm not sure, to be 100% sure. I'm not sure.
I'm fairly certain when I was looking and everything that they were aluminum wheels as well. So that's pretty neat. They're similarly sized, not exact of course, but close.
Okay.
So now we'll go ahead and talk about exhaust. So the exhaust on the GTR, they revised it this year for the 2017 model, and it still has the quad tip exhaust, but it has a valve in it where it shuts off half of the exhaust to make it quieter, so when you're daily driving it's not as obnoxious. But I really don't understand why they think it's obnoxious, because it was fairly quiet in the lower gears. Like,
unless you're harping on it.
Unless you're really heavy on the accelerator, it didn't sound all that crazy to me. It sounded very quiet. So I didn't like the sound of the stock exhaust. Because I would personally, I'm a sound guy. I like the sound of a car, so I would definitely change out the exhaust on that car to something aftermarket.
I can agree with that. The Audi R8, its exhaust, and I believe it's a dual tip exhaust, but from the way it looks on the body, it does not look like that. It looks like it has more like a quad tip, like the Mercedes S-Classes, or the I believe like the C63 body style, how it has those 4 notches in the back, but there's a little hole behind it, so it's not a true exhaust. I don't understand why car makers have to do that.
Yeah, I don't really understand why they hide the exhaust behind the fascia. To me, it just seems like you should just
be straight up with it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as time has progressed, people have been like less interested on what the exhaust looks like and more interested in the design of everything, the overall design and how it looks and everything.
Right. But the sound though out of that R8 it's unbelievable what the sound was like. It was, even at idle, it had very like a very throaty sound to it, but at high speeds or on heavy load, it had definitely had that. It had the backfire, even whenever you're accelerating and then you let off, had that backfire. But it really did. I did enjoy the sound out of it.
I have to agree with you. I really like the sound of the naturally aspirated 10-cylinder. It has that, you know, that German, like, deep exhaust to it, but it also, you know, has that supercar noise to it that, like, the higher performance naturally aspirated engines have. So it is really nice, and I would definitely choose that exhaust over top of the GTRs.
Yeah, I agree with you a lot on that.
Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Honestly, let's talk about the interior.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. I don't like the inside of a car. I don't buy it from the inside.
I know, but they might want to know what it's like.
Do we have to?
It would be a nice gesture.
Okay, fine. I'll do it. But only for you guys, not for anyone else. So...
Is that so hard?
Yes, it's ripping at my chest right now. So, guys, the interior of the GTR is pretty nice. It has a nice big 8-inch touchscreen in it, and overall, like, it has a lot of padding. So, like, on the armrests and the center area and some other trim areas are padded, so that is nice. But the one thing that I noticed that I didn't really care for, it's kind of like the rally art, you know, it's cheap plastic on the dash, and just that that part of it doesn't really appeal to me, but then again, I don't really care all that much, as you guys already know. So, other things to note that were really cool, it had a whole bunch of carbon fiber trim on the inside, which is really nice.
That's cool.
So, like in the center area, I think there was a little bit of trim in other places, but it had a decent amount of that all over it. I really like the 10 and 2 notches. They're very beefy, so it'll definitely hold you in your seat under it. Like, you'll be able to hold on and not be able to like let go easily with that grip on it. Another cool thing, the seats in the GTR they refined them in 2017 as well. So now they have a wide, like not a wider like width-wise, but like bigger bolsters that fully wrap your torso. So when you're going into those crazy curves, you know, at 100 miles an hour, it'll keep you in place. You don't have to worry about that. So it also still has, you know, the power seats and the heated leather. So I mean, it still has the amenities that the R8 has, not to the same extent,
right,
but it still does have some really great interior. And the last thing that I'll talk about with the interior, I do enjoy the center area, like the center console. It has all these toggle switches, and like, to me, it looks like I'm in a fighter jet about to take off and attack the track, you know? Like, it's crazy. And it's beautifully laid out, and it just, to me, it looks really good. That was my biggest thing that I enjoyed about the interior, was that center toggle switch area. So
I'm gonna have to agree with you. The inside of the GTR definitely like all the switches and all the little things to play with are definitely nice. But the Audi R8 inside of it's more, I don't know how to put it, it's more luxurious. It definitely doesn't have this super hard plastic. It has like leather wraps dashes. It has red stitching along all the doors, on the seats. Really, really nice. How they everything they did to it was really nice.
I agree.
Another thing though is they don't have a screen though, but everything is controlled in an infotainment system down behind the gear shift, which I think it has to do with it's in the instrument panel, but I don't know. So
I think it is in the center cluster, and you adjust it with like a switch in the middle.
Right.
So I will say that the R8 does have a much more refined interior. So
yeah, there's one last thing I wanted to talk about in the interior is on the steering wheel. It has like push button start. It has a driver mode where you can, the driver mode, select like snow and ice or track, sport, touring, whatever you really want. But it also has different buttons on there. From what I could see, it looks like a sunglasses button and a checkered flag button, which I don't know what they do. So maybe it's sunglass mode. I don't know. It's interesting to think about.
Yeah. So I definitely would say the interior is a little bit nicer. Like, I love the look of those seats where it has like that cross red stitching across it, just that really luxurious look. So I can see why people would want the Audi luxury side of things.
Right.
So that's all you wanted to talk about though? Nothing else?
No, I think I'm alright. I think I've covered pretty much what's in it.
Okay. So last thing that we'll talk about, guys, is cost. The GTR is probably the closest to being a economy class production vehicle. It is still extremely expensive. It's not like the masses can go out and buy a GTR, but it's more easily obtainable than the R8 in price. So MSRP is $111,000, I believe $485.
Okay.
So
the Audi R8 is actually about $164,000. So about $50,000 more than the GTR, but I mean, it is an Audi too.
right. So I mean, which would you end up choosing if you had to make a choice?
I mean, the best of both worlds. I wish I could take a little bit from each car, like take from the GTR, like the inside from the GTR. That was really nice, but the actual body style and everything, the performance from the Audi R8 is what I like. But overall, I'm gonna have to say Audi R8.
Yeah.
And as we're about to die.
And guys, I liked the R8. Like when they first came out, I was like, man, I would really love to have one of those. They're beautiful and they're powerful and they're all-wheel drive like the GTR is.
Mm-hmm. So you can drive it all year round.
Yeah, but personally, I like the GTR. I've liked the Skyline ever since, you know, when they first came out, and I would have wanted to have one back when I was a kid. And still, like, the GTR has always been close to me, you know, like, I really would like to get one someday. And they're extremely powerful for how much they cost. You can't really touch it in price. There's not much out there that actually comes close to that. So, personally today, I'd have to choose the GTR over the R8 10 Plus. So,
alright.
guys, if you enjoyed this video today, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Car Talks with Cole. And if you have any questions or anything that you want to talk about, or any comments, go ahead and put those in the comments below. And as always, guys, have a great day.
Keep it real, guys.